Let's quit the bitching. Quit the bitching. In general, collectively, us hardcore boxer fans need to quit the whining, the crying. You know what I'm saying? Stop being frustrated on these elite fighters not giving the old elite fighters not giving us what we've been wanting to see and stuff like that, because these young hungry lions are doing and are giving us what we want to see. What we've been bitching about, they the one that's giving it to us. But we're dismissing them. We're so focused on the Bud and the Earl Spins or the Wilders and stuff like that, man. Please, man. Look at Devin the Dream Haney. Devin Haney about to finalize a deal May 20th to fight Vasily Lomachenko. He don't need to fight Vasily Lomachenko. He can actually fight a easier fight, homecoming fight in Oakland and stuff like that. Pick a top 15 ranked fighters. He don't have to fight Lomachenko, but he's going to fight Lomachenko to prove to y'all and to further legitimize his position at lightweight as an undisputed champion. Look at Teofimo Lopez trying to finalize a deal, the former lightweight king trying to finalize a deal in his new division, the 140-pound division, versus the top dog, the king in 140, Josh Taylor. Teofimo Lopez don't have to fight Josh Taylor. He could pick another opponent. He could pick a lesser dangerous opponent. He could pick Barbosa. He could strive and try to get the Regis Prograis fight, but he's going after the guy that beat Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor. Look at the heart, look at the determination, look at the risk taken. As a matter of fact, he's going to be a major underdog or a 50. And these guys, Lomachenko and Devin Haney, by a 50-50 fight. Look at Shakur Stevenson back-to-back with Jamel Herring and beating Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez. He's a 2-division world champion. Look what he's doing. Look what these guys are doing. Even, shout out to Keyshawn Davis. He's gonna be fighting Toggle. That's a great step-up fight. Look at this past year, the end of the year, when we saw Frank Martin versus Michel Rivera. That fight didn't need to happen. It was for no titles, but it happened. It happened. These guys are doing their thing. Bam Rodriguez beating Cuadras. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez beating Cuadras and Rumvaside. He didn't need to go up in weight. He went up in weight. Dare to be great at a young age 22. These guys are actually giving it. Hey, in April, we're about to see Vergil Ortiz versus Stanionis. Two hungry lions. Mandated a fight, but guess what? We seen before that, just because you mandated a fight, that doesn't mean that your promotional company is gonna put you up against that fight. Shout out to Danny Dubois by fighting Joe Joyce. You know what I'm saying? When he really didn't have to. Yeah, he lost, but guess what? He took the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, these young hungry lions do their thing. Of course, we want a Pitbull and his promotional team to get that Shakur Stevenson fight. But you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get everything, but most of the things that these young hungry lions are doing, we gotta applaud. We gotta be behind that. Instead of we just waste our time whining and crying, talking about networks, talking about pay-per-views, buys, and oh my God, all the nonsense, we're missing the boat. It's not just about enjoying the fight. It's not just about being a fan of that particular fighter. But I remember a time where we was enjoying the journey, the story, the script. You know what I'm saying? They are putting it out there to be great. They're striving to be great. Legacy reigns supreme. And even though that, look, Gervonta Davis, I know people been frustrated with his career and probably with his skills and talent and his resume, it might not be what we wanted it to be. But guess what? The guy that's trying to fight him is young, and he wants Gervonta Davis, and he's gonna be an underdog to that fight. And you got to congratulate Ryan for Ryan Garcia pushing for Tank. You know what I'm saying? Got to give credit where credit is due. David Benavidez is going to be fighting Caden Plant. He's young. He look old, but he a young dude too. Tim Zhu was about to fight Jamel Charlo, right? Jamel Charlo injured, but look, he's taking on a dangerous opponent, Tony Harrison, a former 154-pounder. That he can actually lose that fight and never actually reach to fight for the world title. That's a risky fight, and he's willing to take it. Shout out to Sebastian Fondura for fighting Erickson Lubin. Shout out to Erickson Lubin years for fighting Jamel Charlo. And only because some of these guys take a loss, let's not throw them in the curb like we usually do, man. They took risks. Erickson Lubin took risks. Daniel Dubois took risk. It's not for them to, when they lose, they throw them in the garbage and stuff like that. Nah, man. We got to appreciate that. We got to support that. Because these old elite fighters that we cry, bitch, and moan and stuff like that. They ain't doing it. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez has accomplished more than Earl the True Spence. Literally. They have accomplished more. They accomplished more than Earl the True Spence. Or just as much. Come on, man. We good. Boxing is good. Shout out to the ladies doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Sky Nicholson. Sky Nicholson was already in mandatory position as a featherweight, as a silver WBC featherweight champion and stuff like that. She's already in position to fight Amanda Serrano. We know Amanda Serrano going to be fighting on May 20th versus Katie Taylor. That rematch is going to be awesome. But even the young, hungry lineup with the ladies is doing their thing. Clarissa Shields a young mommy too. Michaela May is they young. Still young. We got to support, man. We got to support the ones that's actually doing what we want them to do, what we want boxing to be. The young fighters are trying to do it. I can't wait to see April, Vergil Ortiz and Stanionis. It may not be for a world title, but we should even look at that like a world, because it probably is just as good, it's just as competitive as the elites. That fight will be just as competitive as Bud and Earl Spence could be. And maybe you look at the styles, it'd probably be more exciting. It'd probably be more exciting. Forget about trying to, oh man, begging for over-marinated fight. Let's build the fight right now. Let's build Boots and Vergil. Let's build Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez at 140. Let's build Shakur Stevenson and probably the win of Gervonta Tan Davis and Ryan Garcia. And even if they lose, the two, it's still great fights. Pitbull Cruz is still a good fight if he gets in the mix as well. You know what I'm saying? Chris Colbert lost, right, to Hector Luis Garcia, but that doesn't mean we throw him away. Gary Antoine Russell doing this thing. Even Rolly is getting the title shot in the 140-pound division. Even when people think that, even if, look, put it this way, even if people think he deserves a title shot, he's still willing to risk it versus a champion. In his new division, he's still willing to risk it. So this is what I'm telling you, that these young, hungry lions are trying to give us what we've been begging these fighters to give us. They doing it. But we keep dismissing them like they ain't doing it. We keep dismissing them. And we keep on asking that legacy reigns supreme. We want to see the best fight in the best. We want to see challenges. We want to see great fights and stuff like that. They already been doing it. Look at the accomplishments already. Shakur Stevenson, 2-division world champion. Teofimo Lopez, former lightweight king. Already beaten Sandor Martin, a guy that actually retired. Mikey Garcia, 4-division world champion. And about to go in the ring with, can you imagine if Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor? Can you imagine? Come on, man. Boxing is good. Boxing is good, man. We gotta show more love. There's a lot of good things happening in the sport of boxing, but we so focused on just being like bitter baby mamas in family court. Huh? We just want to be grumpy old men, talking about the past, looking at boxing now, but talking about the past. Sometimes it feels like we just look at these fighters, these young hungry fighters, and be like, he ain't Roberto Duran. Well, bro, Roberto Duran lost early in his career to De Jesus. Marquez lost early in his career. Manny Pacquiao was getting knocked out early in his career, but he still was an 8th-division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. Seems like we just writing the story. We already writing the ending. That's how we've been complaining. Shout out to Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga to bringing that Puerto Rican fan base back. It don't matter if you like his style or not. He's bringing that Puerto Rican fan base, a fan base that is needed in the sport of boxing, especially in this side of the pond. Already selling out the Hulu Theater. The number one free agent in the sport of boxing. And he's still young enough to grow and get better. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the heavyweight. The heavyweight is good. I want to see Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk. But look at this matchup. J.R. Anderson versus Richie Torres. I think that will be one of the most entertaining heavyweight bouts that we've seen in a pretty long time. Maybe more, maybe just as entertaining as Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, the trilogy. The way the style is gonna mesh. Whoo! Fireworks. Chair Anderson, Richie Torres. That would be fireworks. Let's push for those fights. Let's give them the light. Let's put the spotlight on them, because they're doing and they're entertaining. They're doing what we want them to do. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Can't wait to see Vergil Ortiz versus Stanionis. I got Vergil Ortiz winning a close fight. It just, matter of fact, I see Vergil Ortiz hurting Stanionis. I see Stanionis trying to fight back. I see a beat down, but it could go to a decision. But I got Vergil Ortiz winning. But it's gonna be tough. And Stanionis ain't gonna lay down. It's gonna be tough. Again, man. And shout out to the young trainers as well, man. Shout out to the young trainers as well, man. All the trainers in the sport of boxing and all the fathers in the sport of boxing. Fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing, because as much as we see these young hungry lions and stuff like that, we got to credit the fathers. And even the father get critiques. The father get criticized. People won't, yo, fire your father, man. Bill Haney's doing a hell of a job. Doing a hell of a job. Teofimo Lopez Sr. doing a hell of a job. Already trainer of the year. A young trainer of the year already, 2020. Huh? Don't matter if you like his mouth or not. He love his son. Ain't gonna vouch for his son, just like every other father did in the sport of boxing. Like Angel Garcia and Kenny Porter and Ruben Guerrero and stuff like that, man. We love to see that. We love to see the bond of father and son. We love to see that. Let me know what y'all think, man. Too many good things happening in the sport of boxing to dwell on these old elite fighters that's probably not even going to be in the sport in 2-3 years. These semi-retired fighters. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you. And shout out to Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin as well, doing this thing. Love you. God bless, and on to the next.